Hi, I'm Bruce Clay, and this is the Ask Us Anything series. I am a new business owner and recently started selling my products online to reach more customers. Due to the small size of my business, I rely on popular e-commerce platform to host my online store. However, this platform keeps creating duplicate pages since it generates a new URL every time customers filter down their search. How do I go about removing duplicate content? Well, let's start at the beginning. Duplicate content is when you have multiple pages that have substantially the same content that appear in the index. That's going to cause a form of filtering to occur, and it's going to be perceived to be a lower quality website. So you don't want duplicate content. There's no penalty for it, but the filtering process is not good. What you do want to do is have a page with unique content, and all the other pages that have similar content may actually somehow be able to point to it via a canonical tag, or these other pages may just not be indexed. You can block it in any number of ways. The problem you have is you may already have duplicate content. So in that case, you would take the duplicate pages, you would make sure that the duplicate page has a meta index page. It's a robots tag that goes in the head section, and you would specify no index. The other thing you could do is specify a canonical tag, in which case you map the duplicate content to the original content. The thing that changes this is if there is something called a faceted search. A faceted search is the left-hand margin, and in the left-hand margin you will find things like what size do you want, what color do you want, what maker do you want, what brand. There's a lot of questions and boxes you can check. That will change somewhat the content of the page, even if it is the same product. The red one and the blue one will be substantially the same. So in that case, you would pick the one that works best for you, most popular color, and you would canonical everything to that one page, thereby not having duplicate content. If you're concerned about duplicate content, and it is some form of parameter that is dynamically added to the URL, such as page number or something like that, you could block page number in a robots.txt file using a wildcard type replace. So those are the ways you would be able to remove it. Google also has a URL removal tool. You should look that up and see if that makes sense for you. All of these will allow you to remove it. We have had cases where sites have come to us with 40 million pages when in fact they only have like 50,000 products. Clearly it has gone wild, and Google has taken permutations and combinations of whatever faceted search parameter there are and created pages for them. And in that particular scenario, there's way too many. It diminishes the quality of the site, and you have to remove those pages from the index. Having more pages with the same content is not an advantage. It's actually going to hurt your quality. So I definitely think you need to remove them. You would use a canonical tag. You could block them in robots.txt, or you could use the meta robots tag with no index in order to remove them. After you do all those things, be sure to submit a XML sitemap to Google to make sure that the change pages are being respidered. Don't rely on Google to get to them eventually. You want to submit it and force Google to find the canonical tags or the blocks.